Definitely get the music going. Sure, everybody didn't like that, huh? So what'll be cool today? Are we hot, by the way? Okay. What'll be cool today is that I'm going to. We talk about things like how hit training isn't the most effective way to build muscle, the importance of long rest periods for building strength. Um, but here's an example of where like I'll use like a novel stimulus today, since we haven't been training in these short rest periods, or we haven't been training where we have a lot of supersets. I've done a few things where supersets, and since today we're heading into 2.5 weeks or more now, almost 3 weeks of really low calorie. Energy's down. I can feel my strength. I don't feel very strong. So instead of being frustrated that I feel weak in a workout, here's where I'll like lean into that, and we'll do a short rest period, keep it kind of moving, get a pump type of training. Um, Not the best or most ideal for building muscle, but we're not building muscle right now. At this point, we're so low a calorie. The work has been done as far as what I'm probably going to have muscle wise for my final body fat test. At this point, it's just stimulate the muscle enough to send a signal that, hey, we're going to need muscle because this guy's going to strength train me. Uh, Meanwhile, getting a little bit of a pump, and then really just getting out and resting and recovering and finishing the week off. So we're just going to touch the weights today. Get a nice little pump. I have had a workout. Um, Actually, I've done 2 times in the gym that you guys haven't seen on here or I haven't discussed on here. This kind of final week for me, uh, the one like non-negotiable for me is to be getting at least 13 to 15,000 steps, which has required me to do an hour of lists. So I get on the elliptical um, or the treadmill and basically walk, or just real low intensity, steady state cardio. That's what LISS is. I can have a conversation like this while I'm doing it. So I'm not pushing whatsoever, just getting those steps up, burning a little extra calories. I'm trying to make sure that this week that I have a minimum of 13 to 15,000 while also staying in this, 22 to 2,500 calorie range. I think I'm averaging 24 and some change. And so between that, the extra movement, we should be creating a large enough calorie deficit. It seems to be somewhere between 500 on the low end to 1,000 calories is probably about where I'm landing. And that's the goal, is to kind of keep that deficit for this final week to lean out as much as I possibly can. And so the strength training portion of this, although is important, it becomes less important. I'm not really trying to scale volume. I'm not trying to increase weights. I'm not trying to take sets to failure. I'm just going to get some really good pumps right now, and call it a day. But let's do some of my shoulder stuff that I should do, since we're doing back and chest. I didn't do this last time, and I should be doing this. Get something for my knee, and we'll use the scapula circles. Katrina also got into me last night, so that really helped. Shoulder's been feeling really good. I don't want to say 100%, but we've been doing a lot better. So
Now, as far as actually running the block, I don't do this now.
I can still feel that sticking point right about there. And what you'll notice is I'll want to bend the elbow. You're gonna want to bend the elbow to get the scapula even further back. That tells me where that kind of sticking point of the retracting and depressing. There we go. The other way.
Yeah, it's a really,
So hard on the sheet.
this is how the steer is.
How is it, Doug?
Okay.
Oh, is he still doing it?
Yes.
How do you start taking off on this?
Is it just the tracks he's doing, or is he, it sounds like he's dialing everything kind of?
I saw him on iRacing, so he's I think learning how to change to the if we want manual or not. He's getting the flight simulator working too. Because did you notice that it was on all three screens? Yeah. So he's trying to solve that too.
Yeah, I noticed when I tried to switch it into manual, I think we had to have different cars because it says for the GT3 cars that they're only in the paddle shifting.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just different cars, like logging different car types.
Yeah, there's not so you a GT3 Touring has it, but not the GT3 RS. So I'm sure it sticks to the models that are the right ones that do that. You know.
So I'm stalling right now? Yeah.
All right, back and chest. Always start off with back first. Okay, like I said, we're gonna stay light. We're gonna keep it moving today. Really just chasing a pump here. One of the reasons too I like to kind of go to lighter weight and superset and use a novel stimulus like this at this period of the cut and training is the psychological part too. Is that I'm cutting all the weights super light and I'm doing it intentionally because I'm doing high reps and supersetting. And so it doesn't mess with my head on how weak I feel and how much weaker I'm getting. If I roll into a really aggressive cut and then let's say I'm right in the middle of a heavy strength training protocol where I'm doing like 5x5 and then now I'm in a cut, there's a lot of, by the way, good arguments to why that's a good strategy for holding muscle. But psychologically, and since I think most of this battle is that, it's really discouraging when you're hitting these workouts and just 2 weeks before you were stronger in all these lifts and now you're weaker. And then you're also feeling depleted and flat. It just compounds that feeling. Where if I go to this lighter weight, I'm just chasing a pump. This is not what I would call heavy weight for me or anywhere near that. And so I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about flexing the muscles, getting a nice pump. It helps me psychologically. We're gonna surprise Sal. Remember, we're gonna wait till he's getting a workout, and then I gotta order some wife beaters, and then I'm gonna peel out behind him. We're almost there though. That felt good. I haven't done that in a long time. Feels good to be able to turn the chest intensity up just a tiny bit. Still scared, but feel better. So today we'll do a little bit of chest and back, and then I'll probably stop by my local gym, do an hour of elliptical work, get those steps all the way up. Try and keep that pace through the holiday. I'd say the two hardest things about this cut right now, one, if I was really prepping for a show, I would have extended the reverse diet in the bulk to where I was much higher before I came back down. And then the other thing is I'm nowhere near as active. And obviously that plays a role in the caloric deficit a little bit more than I thought it was going to make a difference. It's really required me to push calories lower than I typically like to go. The other option would be to just be way more active and make a conscious effort to get out there and move more morning walks, more evening walks. But when I was training for the shows, I was still doing stuff at like Orange Theory, training some clients still. So I was a lot more active throughout the day. The podcast really keeps me pretty sedentary.
Was it last year on Thanksgiving that you hurt your hamstring too? Playing football, or no, softball was it?
What did I do? Oh, yeah, it was wiffle ball. You're right. It was running to first base. You're right. I actually forgot all about that. Was that Thanksgiving or Easter? I think you're right. It might have been Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was just curious because I was about to ask if you guys usually play any sports like football or anything, and then that popped in my head.
Yeah, Katrina's family's normally plays basketball. We haven't played basketball in quite a few years, but that year we played wiffle ball and cracked it. Took off sprinting to first base. Ah! I totally forgot about that. That's the same. It's the same hamstring too. Go back to my old thing I used to say when I was in my 20s. All show, no go. Just need to look fast. I don't actually need to be fast. Okay, now I'm going to finish off on 3 sets of chest and back, and we'll go back to back on them. Let me think what I want to do. We got a lat pull down. We got a row, single. I'll go a pull over. Pull over. Pull over, and then maybe some push-ups. Could probably do that right here. That actually might be a good weight. Okay. Whew. weight for that. Tad bit leaner, and then back to back 4,000 calorie days, and we'll look like a monster.